كان حلمك يشبه ضغاث الأحلام ويروح ما بانت.
Then we're going to look at writing the Arabic alphabet. It's useful for people who are learning the letters and need to keep writing the letter over and over to assist their memory. So we'll start with the letter Alif, which is here. It's very straightforward, this one. This is basically, it's just a straight line like you'd be writing the number 1. And that is your Alif. If you want to make it a little bit more fancy, you can sort of add a lit up, straight down, and a little curve, and we have Alif like that. So let's put that onto our paper. We have just the little 1 there. That's Alif. Okay, onto the next letter, Ba. So with the letter Ba, we basically have to make sure you start at the right-hand side and work towards the left, as in the way the Arabic script is written. So we start here, we go down, we go straight across and back up. And then with the Ba, you just put a dot underneath and we have our letter Ba. Okay, so if we put that onto our piece of paper, we have it here. So you're going to go down, across on the line and back up, and then a dot. That's your Ba. Right, so the next letter is Ta, and that's exactly the same way. So if I was just start all over again, just to show you again, the letter Ta is on the right hand side, going straight across and up. This time the 2 dots are at the top. This is your letter Ta. So if you can put that one onto the piece of paper, we'll start here, go all the way across, 2 dots on top, and we have Ta. The next letter that we'll be using is Tha. Again, Ba, Ta, Tha, very, very similar. It's just about the dots, and we have covered dots already. I'll show you again. Go down, across, and back up. 3 dots, 1, 2, and 1 in the middle above, 3. We have our Tha. So let's transfer that onto the paper. Go around across, along the line, back up, 3 dots, 1, 2, 3. That's how we would do our Tha. So now we're on to the Jim, Ha, Ha trio. And again, they're all really similar. So let's move this. Right. So with the Jim, you have a little lip and then straight across like that. And then we go back on ourselves all the way around. And we have our dot in the middle, and that's our Jim. So let's transfer that over to our page. So we would start off a slight lip, go across all the way around, dot in the middle, Jim. And the same thing will apply for the Ha and the Kha, but I will repeat it again to show you how we do it. So we'll start off with across the top, like a little squiggle, sort of like that, and then go back on yourself, round, and then, oh sorry, this one is Ha, so there's no dots. So you have no dots for the Ha. So let's transfer that back onto our page. We've got the back all the way around, and then we don't have any dots for the Ha. And I will repeat this for the letter Kha. So we have the squiggle, back on ourselves, round, and this time the dot is on the top, and we have Kha. Let's transfer that onto the paper. So we're going to go across, round, and the dot on the top, and we have our Kha. Okay, next to on the next line now, we're going to have Dal. So how do we write dal? It's basically like round and then a flat. That is our dal. Very straightforward. Put that onto our page. So we have straight down, straight across, down. It's like a side V shape, really. And again, I'll repeat that to show you again how to do that. So you have straight down and across. And this time with the dot on top, we have zal. So we will transfer that over, repeating the same thing, going across, and this time a dot. That's our zal. So now with the ra and the za, they're very, very similar. So how do we distinguish them? Well, the ra is more curvy, and it's actually where it's placed on the line is a bit lower. So we just sort of make it more curvy. And then that's your ra. Not brilliant. Will do. So we'll put that back onto the line. Now here, it's lower down. So we're going to go lower down on the page. And there's your ra. With your the, let me redeem myself here. Get the letter that. So we're going to go curve and down like that. This time we have a dot on top. We have our za. Transfer that onto the page. So we're going to go across, round, it's curve, dot on top. So here we have this flat on the line. The ra will always be below. They do look really similar, but you will begin to see the differences the more you look into the lessons. Okay, so the next lesson that we're going to be doing is seen. Let's remove this. Right. The seen is that W thing. So we start off down as if we're doing the small dal. Then you go back up, going across. Now this time we're going to go curvy little and round. That's our seen. So I will write that onto our page. So we have going down like it's a W, really, stick to a W. And then round, and we have our seen. I will repeat that to show you how to do the sheen. So just start again. So we have straight down, like we're doing a W, W, and then round, and then 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. We have our sheen. Okay, so let's transfer that onto the page. W, and then round, and then 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. Sheen. Then we're going to move on to Sod and Dad, both really similar, one with a dot and one without a dot. So let's start off with the Sod. Start in the middle and you go back on yourself. So start at the middle, you're doing a loop, back, and then go straight across, up a little, and then round. That's your Sod. So we'll transfer that over here. So we're going to have back on ourselves, straight across, up a little, and then round. That's your Sod. I will repeat that to show you again for the Dad. Right. So we have back on ourselves, straight across, and round. And try and do this all in one clean sweep. Don't stop halfway. And then we have our dot on top, making this Dad. Let's transfer that over, round, back on ourselves, up, round, and then dot on top, Dad. Okay, next letter is the Da and the Tha. So we're starting the similar for the Sad and Dad. We'll start off in the middle, back on ourselves, and stop right there. And then we have a little flip down. That is our Da. So it's the start of a Sad with an alif on top. Make sure Da. Let's transfer that over onto the page. So you're going to go across like that and make it go a little bit further actually, and then straight down. Da. Right. Okay, let's repeat that for the va. So, going across, back on yourself, further than you started, and then straight down. You have your ta. This time we have a little dot indicating the, and that's how we'd write the letter the. Let's transfer that onto the page. So you're going across, back on yourself a little, straight line down, and a dot. We have our the. Now we'll do ein and rein. So let's rub this one out. Right, so the letter ein. So you're going to go in the middle, back, back, up again, and then further back down and round. Ein. So we have our ein there. Let's put that onto the page. So we've got round, back on ourselves, ein. We'll repeat that for you to do the rein. So we'll start off. It's almost like you're about to start on the letter A, but then you stop halfway and you go back on yourself and round, and you have your ein. This time you put the dot on top to give it a rein. And we'll transfer that onto the page. So you've got, like we've got to start the A, but then we stop there, all the way around, go back on ourselves. There we have it, and then the dot, rein. Now we're going to do the fa letter. So let's rub this out. Now with the fa, where do we start? We start by drawing the round part. So we go round, and we're going clockwise direction, back past where we started. This time it's across as if we're doing a ba ta fa, and up. So if you look at the ba and the fa, there's just this extra lip here, round circle here. This gives you the start of the fa, and the fa has a dot on top. There we have our fa. So let us put that onto the page. So we have the round circle, back on ourselves, going across and up, put the dot on top, fa. Now we're going to do the qaf here. So let's remove this one and repeat it. The fa and the qaf are similar, only the circle is rounder. So let's have a look at that. So we're starting off to do the circle, going in a clockwise motion. This time going around, down further, rather than the fa, which is flatter, all the way round and back up. This time 2 dots for the qaf. Let's transfer that onto the page. So you're going to go round in anti-clockwise motion, down all the way around, back up again, and 2 dots, 1, 2, we've got our qaf. Now we're going to do the kaf. Let's rub this out. Kaf. Kaf is straight down as if you're doing the letter number 1, going across for a backwards capital L and up a little. Then in the middle, we're going to do the symbol of a Hamza sign, like so, which is the start of the Ain, really. That's your kaf. So let's put that onto the page. We're going to go straight down, across, up, almost like we're starting and making a box shape, and then your Hamza in the middle. That's your kaf. Now we're going to be doing the lam, which is quite straightforward. It's like the bottom half of an umbrella. Let's just move this. Right, lam, straight down, and curve it, and that's it, lam. So let's transfer that over, straight down, and that's it, lam. That's quite straightforward. Next letter we're going to do is meme. So meme is here. Right, now watch carefully with this one. So this time the circle is going to go up, across, back on yourself, and down. I'll repeat that. You're going up, down, across, back on yourself, and down. Now I've left that gap there, but actually we don't need a gap, so I'll start again. Up, going across, so it's sort of like a roof shape, back on yourself, joining, and down. There is your meme. Let's transfer that onto the page. So we'll do this again. So we're going up, made the roof, go back on yourself, touching, and down for the meme. Next letter is going to be the noon. So we have rub this out. So we have pen. So with the noon, we start on the right hand side again. You're going to be more of a bowl shape than your ba, ta, fa, and back up again. Then we have on the top a dot. That is our noon. So let's transfer that onto the page. So you're going to make a bowl shape and then the dot on top, and we have our noon. Okay, the next letter is wow. So let's remove this. Right, with the letter wow, it's starting out a little bit like the fa. So you have your round clockwise rather, circle, going straight down and curving it around. We have our wa, wow. Let's transfer that onto the page. So we have a clockwise round and all the way round and down. Here's our wow. Next letter is going to be the ha. Okay, now this ha, let's have a look how we do this. You start out at the top end, lifting up, down, all the way round in a clockwise motion, all the way back as if you are about to join your circle, and you do join the circle, but then inside you make another circle and out. I'll repeat that for you. So you start at the top, you go round, keep going round like a spiral, going round, inside, go through the middle, cut it, slice it through the middle and out. And that is your letter ha. Let's transfer that onto the page. So you start at the top, you're going to go all the way round, go inside, slice it through the middle and out. Ha. There's your ha. Hamza is, let's just rub this out. Okay, so with your Hamza, it's basically start at the top, like we were doing the Ain, back up, down, that's it. There's your Hamza. It's quite like a sideways shaped U. So let's pop that into the page. Hamza, that's it. It's very small, Hamza. It's smaller than the Ain here. Right, so let's rub this out and start for the last letter, ya. And the ya starts out sort of like a squiggly shape, it's like a S. So we're going to like an S shape, like that, round for the S, going back. But rather than going round for the S, we're going to go flatter and back up. And then we have our two dots at the bottom. And that's our ya. So if I'll repeat that for you. So we're going to start off with the S shape. And then we go round but flatter, straight across and up. And then our two dots at the bottom. We have our ya. So let's transfer that onto the page. And we have round for an S, back across, down, flatter, up, and then two dots at the bottom. And we have our ya. So there we have the Arabic alphabet and how you write it.
ما كان حلمك يشبه ضباط الأحلام ويروح ما بان